It'll be a clash between styles and manager philosophies at times, but both sides of the heat of New Jersey are going to suffer defensively and ultimately have to earn the right to play with the ball.
Sammy Xavier, who just went through the picture there, one of 4 survivors from the 2023 Club World Cup final defeat for Fluminense against Manchester City, who will line up today. Here's another one in John Arias, one of the danger men for Renato Gaccio's side. And they have bags of experience and a rather aged but talented pair going through the shot there. Thiago Silva, 40 years of age now, and Fabio, the goalkeeper we just saw, at 44. With age comes wonderful experience. As here come Dortmund. Here's we're going to watch Guirassy, 34 goals done in all competitions for him. So here we go. Dortmund playing from right to left, the familiar yellow and black colours, the tricolour with burgundy of Fluminense, and you can hear their supporters already making a fair noise behind that goal to our left. Their first throw from Xavier. Watch these early moments on this surface as well. Xavier, veteran, experienced Fluminense fullback. And off the ball, a little shove. Ben Sabahimi's at the heart of it again, this time in a clash with Nonato.
Well, and as a player, you never want to see the referee establish this type of dominance so early with something that's really so nonchalant on these early challenges. That will be the level of concern for the players, to keep an eye on the temperament, not only of the decision-making of themselves, but as the referees as well.
Renato Gaúcho, the head coach of Fluminense, legendary figure in Brazilian football. As a player, he actually has international club football experience and winning the Continental Cup with Grêmio. He's a 5-time Brazilian Player of the Year. He even has a statue outside Grêmio Stadium.
Well, it's quite fascinating. Fluminense will sit in this 4-1-4-1 rest defense, and they'll always try to give themselves numbers up in the midfield to try to clog the build-out for Borussia Dortmund.
Won by Nonato. Arias raining down the right. Fluminense into the penalty area. Numbers in the middle. Instead, he goes for goal and fires over the top.
The crowd here supporting the Fluminense players on the field, and this is where simple triangle passing and movement, the exposure, the pace, the athleticism, the intelligence of the Colombian international. And Arias,
you can follow the bracket and you can see the potential lineups, and they're mouth-watering along the way, aren't they? Here's Arias. He got a step on Ben Sabahimi, and he brings it forward now for Fluminense. Similar area and similar result. He fires the shot.
Well, these are those transition moments, and John Arias, even if that last touch probably got away from him a little bit more than he wants, as he's going to ground, he gets the shot off and just making sure it doesn't sneak inside that left post. Having
drawn the save, the same player now takes the corner kick. In it goes. Little flick off the head of Martinelli. Conobio on the far side, flags up. It'll be offside free kick. Seen a lot of him so far on both sides of the field. Arias, support coming up from Xavier on the right as well. This is laid back for Hercules, and he drives it wide. He wants a deflection.
You can see that Borussia Dortmund trying to get numbers in front of the Fluminense midfield. The start of this match for the Brazilians.
They're going to push the 2 wing-backs high and forward. Is it creating a space in behind? Is that what they're utilising?
Well, there's always extreme width anytime you play in a back 3, even when you're incredibly comfortable space man-man. But right now, Fluminense, with their technical ability.
Arias on the run. Room on the other side of the field as well. Set up for Martinelli. Wide of the target it goes as Fluminense sets the chance to fire the opener.
Playing a huge role in the Club World Cup final back in 2023 against Manchester City. And as he shapes, opens up his hips, he's trying to pick out the left-hand side of Jobe. Full stretch, but just inches past that left post.
Hercules to the byline and away. And it's behind Xavier. And then turned back in by Nonato. Didn't really get hold of the shot.
Well, they're feeling confident right now, Fluminense, so much so that the holding...
Just causing Sabitzer and Gross some problems in the center of the field at the moment as Arias will shoot again. And Koval turns it away for a corner. And Big Flu with all the pressure at the moment.
So he had an assist on the opening goal against Internacional. And that 2-0 lead would just
the
be...
Dortmund fan sees the corner headed away by a striker in Gurasi who's doing some defensive duties for now. Back out to Arias. The run made by Xavier. The cross in. Met by Martinelli on the turn. His first touch almost took it away from him. It was almost too good. Deep ball from Martinelli. That's the right back, Xavier, who's up there. Svensson defending. It's laid back for Hercules. His shot is over the top.
In this match, we've seen the defensive lying midfielder and the 24-year-old Hercules pop up in a really dangerous...
Arias, and they're trying to break. It's Everaldo away. Keeper's not comfort. He's retreated. Everaldo with support from Canobio. And the shot straight at the goalkeeper, Koval.
Won't alleviate it because the decision, he felt the speed of Anton closing him down. And the first touch takes him a little bit more left to allow the recovering defender's angle to close him down. He lays the ball off after the chop. And unfortunately for the Uruguayan, Canobio can't generate the power nor the placement to really test the goalkeeper.
Young player of the year for the Championship, England's second tier, as Sunderland reclaimed their place after almost a decade in the top tier, at the top table, the Premier League. So where does the story divert at any point, or is Jobe Bellingham just going to follow all the way in the footsteps of his brother?
2 data points for me. Number one, how cool is it to see Borussia Dortmund superimpose both pictures of Jude Bellingham and Joe being the little brother in the moment of the presentation, and then showing his opportunity at the same price point a few years later. Now, with that pressure and that price tag, there's unfair comparisons that psychologically and physically, performance-wise, he's going to have to work through. But he has shown glimpses that he is very capable and deserving of being at this level. Oh,
dangerous ball back from Bratt, and his keeper Koval again had to be alert. He's had some moments where he's had to make some big calls about whether to come off his line in this second half. On that one, he had no choice. He had to go and get that.
We've seen a few uncharacteristic moments defensively with the ball that Borussia Dortmund has made today.
Past the hour mark. It is not a hot day by any stretch of the imagination. It's overcast in New York. Temperatures in the high 60s, so no concerns for either side when it comes, you wouldn't have thought, to suffering the conditions. But of course, Dortmund have been training further south in the more humid weather.
That sounds like a description of a fully adapted Englishman to the weather in the United States right there, Tony.
I think it is. I was doing a game the other night in 88 degrees, and you know what? I didn't sweat. I think I'm finally acclimatized.
There you go.
Niko Kovac, in fact, and his lucky sweater, we were talking about that before in the first half. He was wearing that all the way through the run to the end of the season with Dortmund. He said, I don't sweat, even when the temperature's up high. Well, here's his side trying to put a sweat on. Ryerson's cross. Xavier away. Sabitzer picks up the loose ball. Mecha with those long, languid legs. Oh, he's got that back, Ryerson. Came straight back to him, and he's into the box. Sets up Sabitzer. And again, using the final bit of quality.
Yeah, the technique is there, and you can see it kind of scuffs it, takes the pass, stop and play, get the subs on.
The tricolores waving behind the goal. Arias' corner, lifted high. Drops to Everaldo on the edge of the box to shoot. Koval got there. The follow-up. What a save! What a brilliant save! Namato surely should have scored. Santos and cleared away. And Fluminense have gone so close.
The initial ball played in, the clearance of the lines. Everaldo gets his shot off. Two players in an offside position. And it's an incredible reaction save that ends up as a double. Nonato seemingly in an offside position when the ball was struck. But the reaction from the goalkeeper is phenomenal to get all the way.
For Brandt. Sabitzer. And then it is hit by Mecha. Now Cerner stretching his legs and testing those of Anton, who runs back with him. Needs somebody in the middle, so he goes for goal alone.
Well, you won't see too much protest from any of his teammates. 6 goals, 19 appearances. Had the opening goal against Internacional the other day and effectively earning the right to take opportunities like that.
And in these closing stages, I suppose if you get a sight, you're going to have a go, aren't you? This is increasingly looking like a game that will be settled by 1 goal, if there is to be one. Ryerson hangs it up, and the header doesn't really have any purchase on it. Svensson, the left back, had got up.
International popping up in a dangerous spot. Tireless work rate, both outside backs. It's a hung-up ball, and Daniel Svensson, the 23-year-old, gets on the inside, rises up well, can't generate.
No. Couto's going to watch it go out, though. Fluminense will stay in New York and face Ulsan on Saturday. And then their final group game against the Mamelodi Sundowns Wednesday next week, 25th, against Miami. For Dortmund, 2 dates in Cincinnati against the Sundowns, and then they round up the group against Ulsan. We could be seeing both these two in the round of 16. And Dortmund will have a late chance as it's turned behind by Thiago Silva for the corner. In front of that bank of yellow. All the work of Fluminense, could it be undone by a set piece midway through stoppage time at the end of this opening group game? Couto, the substitute. It's his corner, and it was Ben Sabaini trying to get the shot away, and then the shot from distance after Ben Sabaini's header.
Well, from distance has the opportunity, uncontested, full stretch, a chance for a block, and instead it's up to the 44-year-old goalkeeper Fabio.
Svensson stands over the corner. Dying stages, the header at the near post repelled. It was Anton who was up there. Xavier is going to win the free kick. Couto in with the challenge. He's not been on the field long. And if they can find the notebook, he's going to get a card. There it is.
Well, we were convinced he lost it after the first 10 minutes of this match.
Jobe Bellingham. And with that, the 6 minutes expires and the game is over. And these two teams open up Group F with a goalless draw.